Hey guys, G5 here, and welcome back to another Pixelmon Done Quick video. Today we're going to be talking about Pokeballs and all the different variants of Pokeballs, and also an effective way of catching Pokemon. So it's going to be basically that. So first we're going to start off with this. This is what you need to craft a Pokeball. You need these little colored bulbs. So if you see this on top of one of these, you right click it. Now you can smelt this. So if I put one in here, it will smelt, but you can also replant it. You can plant a lot of these, but be careful with these because these can cause a lot of lag if you have too many of them. Like if you have a farm of like over 200, your FPS will severely drop. It's a known bug. I don't know if it's ever going to be fixed, but yeah. So anyway, when these are smelted, you get cooked red apricorns. So when you look in this chest right here, we have, if you take 3 cooked red apricorns, you get 5 Pokeball discs. Now if you take 3 iron ingots like this, you will get 3 iron discs. Now if you take 3 aluminum, you also get 3 aluminum discs. I recommend using aluminum because it's very common and it has little to no use compared to iron in Minecraft recipes. So if you take these discs and you take an anvil, which was talked about in part 1, you can go watch that if you need to, and you put it on it here and you hold left click with a hammer, it'll pop off and you'll get a Pokeball lid. Same thing with the disc, but you will get the base instead. So you can see I have an aluminum base. Now I come over here, if I take the lid right here and I take the base with a button, I get a Pokeball. Now that's how you're going to craft every one. So every one of these things, I'm the wrong one, I'm going to be showing how to make the disc, and you just change the disc out for whatever this is right here. Okay, so first one's first, the Cherish Ball. Also this is in alphabetical order, but the Cherish Ball is a 1-time catch rate, so it's basically a Pokeball. As you can see, it just throws out like a regular Pokeball. Now, if I were to take 4 of these though, in the recipe shown, and I come over to my crafting table, I get this Poke Gift. Now this Poke Gift isn't like the Poke Loot you find, and as you can see it says you need to send out a Pokemon first. So if I throw out my Alakazam and I right click, my Alakazam's gone. It's in this Pokeball, so I could ask my friend for a Pokemon, he could put it in here, and then I can just go like this without having to directly trade him. So that's a nice way to do it. Also these, real quick, these can be bone mealed. You just hold right click and you get them. Just wanted to quickly go over that. Okay, next one is the Dive Ball. It's a 3.5 times catch rate if the Pokemon is in water. So now I'm not sure if that means like if I have a Pokemon like this, if he's in water like that, or if it has to be like a Pokemon spawns there. I haven't tested it and the wiki doesn't provide enough info. But we'll go all speculation that it's just Pokemon that spawn there. Now if you take a blue, a pink, and a blue, you get 3 Dive Ball discs. Now, a Dusk Ball, 3.5 times in dark places, such as nighttime, or less than block load of 14 and under y equals 64. Now, it's very confusing, so nighttime will work perfectly, 3.5 times. But, if I press F3, in the top left, a little bit low, you can see X, Y, Z. You can see my Y is 4, so I'm under y equals 64. But, you can go a little bit under that. It says light is 15. So, sunlight is 15, but if I, didn't mean to do that. But if I were to go down here, see it's still 15 even though I'm underground technically because I'm in the sunlight. But if I move over, it changes to 14 and 13. So this would work in caves under y equals 64. So if you're caving and you see a Pokemon, Dust Balls would be the way to go. Now if I look in here, let me get rid of F3. If I look in here, it's a 2 green, a black, gives you 3 of these. Now, the Fastball. It's a 4 times catch rate on a Pokemon with 100 or more speed. So, if I look at my Alakazam, he has 138 speed. So, if I use this ball on him when I was trying to catch him, then it would be a 4 times catch rate. And you just craft this with a red, a yellow, and a red, and it gives you 1 Fastball disc. A Friend Ball. It's a 1 times catch rate, so it's a basic Pokeball, but it sets the happiness of a Pokemon to 200. So, it's green, yellow, red, and you get 3 of these. Now, if you look at my Alakazam right here, he has a happiness of 75, but some Pokemon require 220 happiness to evolve, and some other Pokemon even require happiness for some of their move sets to work because there are moves that take happiness into effect. Now, Great Ball is a 1.5 times catch rate, and that is a blue, a red, and a blue, and you get 2 of these. So just generic 1.5 times catch rate. Now the GS Ball. GS Ball is a special ball. It can't be crafted. And it looks like that. It looks really cool when thrown out. But it can't be crafted. So to get it, you need to kill Celebi, which is a legendary. So you're going to have to want to kill a legendary. And it's a 10% drop from a Celebi. It's a nice looking ball and it would be special. It could be useful for special Pokemon that you want in there. Maybe you want to have a team of just GS Ball Pokemon. I don't know, but it's a nice ball. So look into that one. Next is the Heal Ball. It's a 1 times catch rate, but it heals the Pokemon that it was used to catch. So it's a white, pink, and white, and you get 3 of these. So if you're fighting Pokemon and you make it weak and you catch it, then it will be healed when it comes into your PC or party. Now the Heavy Ball, it's an increased catch rate depending on weight. So if I look here, it's 3 blue cooked, and you get 3 of these. Now I don't have the exact Pokemon, but some Pokemon that I know are affected is Snorlax and Metagross. I will be leaving the wiki below for you to read up on all these. Now, Level Ball, it's increased catch rate depending on a level compared. So, if you're trying to catch a level 5 and you have level 50, the catch rate will be very high when using a Level Ball. And the recipe is a yellow, a red, and a black, and you get 2 of these. Now, again, there's a formula for this, so I'd recommend checking the wiki. The Love Ball is an 8 times catch rate if the Pokemon is the same species and opposite gender. So my Alakazam is a male here. So if I were trying to catch an Alakazam that were a female, it would be an 8 times catch rate. If I'm using this, and it's 3 pink equals 3 Love Ball. Now there was one here, but we'll talk about that. I moved it to the end. The Luxury Ball, it's a 1 times catch rate, but it causes Pokemon to get happier. So there's a base percentage. Your Pokemon increases its happiness by 0. It's hard to explain, but it's like 0 plus 1 plus 2. So the Luxury Ball makes it plus 1, so when it gets happier, it does it with an extra bonus effect. So if Pokemon is in a Luxury Ball and you're walking around with it outside of its ball like this increases happiness, it will get happier faster. And the Soothe Bell also stacks with this, which is another item which makes Pokemon happy. But it's yellow, red, and black, and you get 3 of these. Now the Master Ball, it's a drop from bosses, and I also believe you can find it in Pokéloots. It's the Master Ball. It never fails. It will always catch a Pokemon as long as it's not another trainer's Pokemon. Moon Ball. It's a 4 times catch rate if the Pokemon evolves with a Moonstone. There are certain Pokemon that evolve with Moonstone. I want to say Cleffa is one of them, but I'm not sure on all of them right now. But the craft it's blue, yellow, and black, and you get 2 of these, and it's just a 4 times catch rate if Pokemon evolves with a Moonstone. So kind of useless. I don't know why would you would use a Moon Ball, but if you want to use it, there you go. Nest Ball, catch rate favors low level Pokemon. So if you have if you're trying to catch a level 5 Pokemon, this would be more effective on that than trying to catch a level 20 Pokemon. And it's a green, yellow, and green. You get 3 of these. Now, the Net Ball. It's a 3 times catch rate on water and bug Pokies. So if I look here, I get a black, a blue, and a black, and it's 3 times catch rate. So if the Pokemon is either a water type or a bug type, then it's a 3 times catch rate. Park Ball. Now, Park Balls, as you can see, have no lid or anything. Park Balls are uncraftable, so they must be spawned in, but they are Master Balls, but they look different. This is what a Park Ball looks like when you throw it out. I think it looks really cool. It would be nice to have Pokemon in that, so if a server gives them out, you should look into those. A Pokeball. We already talked about these. 1 times catch rate. 3 of these equals 5 Pokeball discs. Premier Ball. 1 times catch rate causes the Pokemon to emit red particles. So it's a Pokeball, but it's a cool one. So it's white, red, and white, and you get the Premier Ball disc. And I have my Alakazam in that. So if I throw my Alakazam up in the air, you can see particles follow his Pokeball. Now if I throw my Emboar doesn't have anything like that. That's because the Alakazam is in the Pokeball. And if I watch when he comes out, you see the little red particles on the Alakazam. It's just a little fashion, I guess. It's not very useful, though. A Quick Ball. It's a 5 times catch rate when used on the first turn. So when you're fighting a Pokemon, you take blue, yellow, and blue, and you get the disc. But when you're fighting a Pokemon and it's the first turn, you throw this out, you have a 5 times catch rate of catching that Pokemon. Safari Ball, it's a 1.5 times catch rate when in plains. So it's a green, and yellow, and you get 3 of these. And when we're in plains, like we are now, it would be a 1.5 times catch rate. So it's basically a Great Ball in plains. A Sports Ball, it's a 1.5 catch rate on bug types. So it is red, white, and red, and you get a Sports Ball. I'm not exactly sure on that, since it's basically orange, but I guess. Timer Ball, increased rate the longer the battle is. I'm sure there's a maximum cap. You can't just keep protecting and staying alive for 500 turns for this to be a guaranteed catch. But again, look at the wiki for this. But it's red, black, white, and you get 3 of these. Ultra Ball, it's a 2 times catch rate, generic 2 times catch rate. So all the rest of these have special conditions, but this one doesn't. So it's black, yellow, and black, and you get 1 of these. Repeat Ball and Lure Balls are the special ones that I removed from the list down there because these 2 are not implemented yet. The Repeat Ball, if you own a Pokemon, since I own Alakazam, if I were trying to catch another Alakazam, it would be a 3.5 times catch rate. But since it's not in the game yet, it's only like a Pokeball. It's a 1 times catch rate. So it's red, black, and red to make these. You get 3 of these. And the lure ball is a 3 times catch rate if caught during fishing. So if you were fishing like over there and you found a Magikarp, it would be a 3 times catch rate on that Magikarp. And it's a green, red, and green for that. Now, for the catching Pokemon, let me grab some Pokeballs. I'm going to be using generic Pokeballs for this example. But if I look at this move tutor, there are 2 moves that make a Pokemon reduce its HP to 1 HP so that it won't die. And that is False Swipe, which if we go to my Galley, he knows False Swipe. And there's also one for Ghost types, since Ghost types can't be hit by False Swipe since it's a normal type move. If I click on Emboar, it's called Hold Back, which I'm not exactly sure now I think about it. It might not work on ghost types, but if I go Poke Spawn and I spawn a Mareep level 5, okay, now I use my Gallade and I throw him and I use False Swipe. You can see it almost killed the Mareep, but it didn't. So if I use False Swipe again, it's not going to kill Mareep. It will stay at that HP. Now, when a Pokemon is low on HP, that is the best time for it to be called. That's basics of Pokemon. But also, if it has a status effect, so if it's poison, it's paralyzed, it's asleep, it's burnt, any of those also add to that bonus. So let's say you're using an Ultra Ball, it's at 1 HP, and it has a status effect, you have a very good chance of getting that Pokemon. But certain Pokemon have lower chances of getting caught. Like Beldum has the chance to be caught just the same as a legendary. It's very hard to catch them. But if I use Emboar, let's test the idea that it doesn't work on ghost types. Let's spawn a Ghastly and throw him there and use Holdback. Nope, it doesn't affect him. So I don't think there's a way for you to reduce a ghost type to 1 HP from the moves I know of, but that's basically how you would catch any Pokemon. So you just teach it False Swipe or Holdback, which Holdback is a move tutor only, by the way. So you would have to find that, and you could try to paralyze it or do something. I recommend paralyzing or putting it to sleep, because poison might kill a Pokemon if you put it to 1 HP, and so may a burn. So yeah, that's basically it. These are all the Pokeballs. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll be leaving the wiki in the comments below, in the description below as well. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.